The movie begins with a tourist van driving through a mysterious forest. Suddenly, a young boy named Kai notices a huge, strange creature that looks like some kind of dinosaur. He quickly tells his mother about what he saw, but she ignores him, thinking it is just his imagination. As their journey continues, the driver suddenly notices a massive object falling from the sky. He tries his best to avoid it, but unfortunately, he loses control of the van and crashes into a tree. With the vehicle damaged, the tourists have no choice but to stay there until it can be repaired. While they wait, some of the tourists become curious and decide to investigate the strange object that fell from the sky. Meanwhile, Kai's mother accuses the driver of driving under the influence. But the driver explains that the drink he was having did not contain any alcohol. At the same time, Kai urgently needs to use the bathroom, so he asks a man to accompany him into the forest. When they arrive near a small stream, the man carelessly starts urinating into the water, unaware that he has disturbed something dangerous. It turns out that this forest has its own rules. Without warning, a strange tongue shoots out from the darkness and grabs the man. When Kai turns around, the man has completely disappeared. Back with the other tourists, an old man carefully examines the mysterious rock. He realizes that it is not an ordinary object, and immediately runs back to warn everyone that they need to leave the area as soon as possible. Unfortunately, nobody takes his warning seriously. Some people even mock him. But suddenly, the same strange tongue appears and grabs one of the tourists, dragging him deep into the forest. Before anyone can understand what is happening, another person is attacked as well. At that moment, everyone realizes that they are trapped in a place filled with terrifying unknown creatures. The tourists rush back into the van, but the creature continues attacking and taking one person after another. They quickly shut the doors, but several people are still trapped outside. Luckily, they manage to get back inside just in time. However, their nightmare is far from over. After everyone is finally safe inside the van, Kai's mother realizes that her son is missing. Panic immediately takes over as she begins searching for him. Suddenly, the creature attacks again. The group soon discovers that it detects movement, meaning nobody can move even a single inch. Moments later, the monster reveals itself, and to everyone's shock, it turns out to be a giant frog. After everyone remains perfectly still and calms down, the frog eventually leaves and starts moving toward Kai's location. The giant frog begins hunting Kai, forcing him to run toward the water. However, the creature refuses to give up. It repeatedly launches its long tongue at him, coming only inches away from catching him. Thinking quickly, Kai hides inside a hollow log, where the frog's tongue cannot properly reach him. During the struggle, the frog crashes into the log, causing it to slide away through the water. The current carries Kai directly into a mysterious cave. When he wakes up, he discovers that the cave is filled with enormous eggs. Even worse, he soon realizes that he is not alone. A dangerous dinosaur-like creature is inside the cave, breaking the eggs one by one and eating whatever is inside. Kai sees this as the perfect chance to escape. Unfortunately, just as he's about to sneak away, his watch alarm suddenly starts ringing. His heart drops. Just when he thinks he has escaped, he realizes that the creature is standing right beside him. A terrifying chase begins inside the cave. The dinosaur accidentally destroys more eggs while trying to catch Kai. At one point, it loses track of him because Kai manages to hide inside one of the giant eggs. However, the creature soon discovers his hiding place. Before it can attack him, a gigantic snake suddenly appears and confronts the dinosaur. It turns out that the broken eggs belong to the enormous snake, and it is furious. After seeing the giant snake, Kai realizes that he has entered another deadly situation. Meanwhile, the tourists encounter the same giant snake. The creature wraps itself around their van and violently shakes it back and forth. But before it can destroy the vehicle, it hears a strange noise somewhere in the forest and suddenly releases the van. Everyone is left confused and terrified. There is no phone signal, no nearby town, and Kai's mother still has no idea where her son is. Then they hear another strange sound approaching. Everyone quickly hides and remains completely still as another dinosaur-like creature walks past them. After the creature leaves, a man stands up and says, "If you want to survive, follow me." However, Kai's mother refuses. She begs everyone not to leave before finding her son. The man explains that they also want to stay alive and cannot risk waiting for Kai while their own lives are in danger. In the end, most of the group agrees to leave with him. But Kai's mother chooses to stay behind. She believes she can track her son using the special watches they both wear, which are connected to each other. Meanwhile, Kai continues wandering through the dangerous forest, desperately searching for a way to reunite with his mother. Soon he encounters the giant snake once again. Surprisingly, this time the snake does not attack him. Kai discovers that a large thorn is stuck in its body and realizes that the creature is asking for help. He finds a strong vine, ties it around the thorn and manages to pull it out. Once the thorn is removed, the snake peacefully leaves. Meanwhile, the group of tourists that followed the man eventually arrives at a mysterious town. But they soon discover that the man had lied to them. He never intended to save them. His true goal was to record videos of the dangerous creatures and sell the footage for money. However, before he can even start filming, a massive creature suddenly attacks the group. That night, Kai sits alone in the forest, crying and calling out for his mother. By the next morning, his mother and a few remaining tourists are still searching for him. Unfortunately, Kai finds himself near the dinosaur-like creature again, this time watching it devour the giant frog with the long tongue. Terrified, Kai slowly steps backward, trying not to make any noise, but then he accidentally steps on a piece of wood. The dinosaur immediately turns around. Just as it is about to attack him, Kai is suddenly pulled away to safety by his mother. As they prepare to escape it, they hear another terrifying sound coming from deeper inside the forest. The danger is not over yet. How will Kai and the remaining survivors escape this deadly forest? Subscribe for part 2.